All right. So I had to stop for a minute because I ran into a use of the word good, and it's used in the Bible with these teachings. So I want to get to the bottom of it. And so Spinozian, if you're aware of the Jewish philosopher, he taught a lot of. He was very, like, he was the best philosopher, and what he taught was this: he taught, whether he knew it or not, he was a stoic. He was a stoic, and he taught that the only good, only he spent his whole life trying to figure out what good was, and he found out the only real good was trading a lot of bad now for a little bad later. So you take on a lot of suffering now and trade for maybe a little suffering later. This was good, he said, and I want to add to it if I, why me, just add to this. I'm going to say that it's actually three things. So you have to ask whether or not it's good, whether or not it's good over a period of time, what that time is, and whether or not it brings about a level of awareness, a sustainable level of awareness, and or any rise in awareness, and probably even a fourth, which would be the length of the awareness that it brought. All right. So these factors have to be it. Let me explain. So this guy is eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right. We're focusing. It's a very good sandwich. All right. It was delicious, right? But he just got done stealing money from 400 people, right? That's how he afforded the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And in this line of thinking, you can see just by zooming out a little bit, as your awareness rises, as your light zooms out, your consciousness, your awareness to thought and emotion and sensory perceptions, deep down, there's a you. And it's not changing, it's permanent. It seems constantly permanent. It's called consciousness, it's called awareness. They called it Zen, they called it heaven, they called it the Father, they called it all kinds of crap, but it's just consciousness. I say they called it all kinds of crap because they did. They called it a million things. We were just point the way. So they called it Christ. They called it psyche. They called it the mind. They call it God. They call it the Father. It is in all of us. It's consciousness. It's your awareness to thought and emotion. Anyway, so when you're looking at something good, it'll have like an arch. It'll have these other factors. It'll have these factors as to how long the good lasted, right? Did it bring about more good in the future? How good was it? How good was the good? You know, how many orphans got fed? How many homeless people got sheltered? What was the good? And, you know, to what degree? And then did it bring about awareness? Did it bring about awareness? Did it bring about, and how long? Because as you zoom out, you start to see more good and bad. And that's actually good. That's good. That's always been a good thing to see more. It's always been an aspect of 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 good. And you think of happiness as good. Well, there's nothing defining happiness as good except for this. It is the happening. It is happening. It is happening. It is happiness. It is this happening. It's happening now, right where your awareness may be. Now I'm not going to say should. It is where it is. If it's in your thinking mind, fine. If it comes into that field of energy in the body that you call, that's actually you. Into the what you want to call it, the spirit, the soul. It's in there. You can be aware of it. But I say what we call it because there are people who are afraid of these words, who they fear their implications. They feel they are tainted. I don't feel these words can get tainted. Only our interpretation of it. So why fear the word? Let's just use it if it in any way points to more awareness. If in any way. if it's confusing, and people could make the argument that it's confusing, that God is consciousness, and that's confusing because I don't like the word, then use whatever word you need, right? It doesn't matter. It's just helping. And so to be wise is to realize that not only is there something good happening, good, but we have to ask these other factors. How long, you know, how long did it bring about goodness? How great was the goodness, and did it cause other goodness down the road? And we have to ask, was there a rising of awareness? Because most of the things we call good don't bring about a rising of awareness. They make you comfortable. They make you weak. They make the things you like. You only like them because you get them in a little bits here and there. Though if you get too much of them, they will kill you. They will absolutely kill you. You will die from the things you like. That is absolutely how it works. I would even go as far as saying sins. I would call these side effects. Side effects of identifying with the physical world. Now, you ain't this physical world. It's always moving and changing. You're a whole new physical person like every 7 years. Cellular level, you're completely new. Now we just need to get rid of all that crap. Just gotta get rid of all that nastiness in you. So bring your attention away from the thinking, bring it into the body, bring about some awareness, bring about some good, right? I'll quit trying to read this thing so much, but I'm not very intellectually endowed, right? I'm kind of an idiot. So I would go as far as saying anyone can do it. and you can read this thing and be able to really interpret what's going on here as long as you kind of trade some words out. So in God the Father, the Word of God, light, these indicators point to awareness. Whatever word you got to use, okay, right? This wasn't even written in English, right? They had to translate it. There was a lost in translation. There was something got lost, so we got to use different words. Keep on going. Keep trying to, you got to get it out. We're gonna break. We didn't have to crack the code. Thank God. Some of the greatest modern Western spiritualists. If you're not reading one of the best-selling authors in America about modern spirituality, or if you're not, that doesn't have you also studying the ancient books, the ancient texts, or vice versa. Do switch up your reading practices if it doesn't make sense. If modern Western spirituals don't make sense to you, they sound like woo woo, then go read the Bhagavad Gita. Right? Go read Siddhartha Hermain Hesse. Go read the Bible. Tell me how much sense that makes to you. And you were saying that don't make any sense to me at all. You probably are probably a nihilist. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Probably identify more with the nihilistic point of view, and that's okay. Right? That's got plenty of suffering there. I don't even have to teach you there. You go there, you're going to learn all on your own. You don't have to. All your suffering, you probably suffer quite a bit over there. So careful. Take care of yourself. Don't get too serious. Nothing's that serious. Nothing is as serious as your mental projections make it out to be. Nothing is. You're tricking yourself into thinking, oh, so much is so serious. So let it go. Let it be, right? Mother Mary, whisper words of wisdom. It's in every song. It's in every, I don't have to teach you. It's out there, right? Just, if you want, follow. Not like hit the button. You don't have to hit the button. I just mean just come back. I'm gonna break this whole thing down. This and other books. We're gonna go through it. I'm gonna find some of my favorite stuff. I'm gonna find some of the best cues and clues and indicators towards some of these really amazing lessons. Sometimes it hits me, just how powerful some of it is, but that that does have a taint on it, a stank on it. It does have like it's tainted in a way, but we have to move past the words. All right, we got. My heart was hot within me while I was musing. The fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue. Lord, make me to know my end, and what is the measure of my days, that I may know how frail I am. Indeed, you have made my days and handbreadths, and my age is as nothing before you. Certainly, every man at his best state is but vapor. That's some sick stuff. I mean, wow. Yeah, I would take a minute to unravel, I think. Indeed, you have made my days as hand breaths. I have to do some Googling a little bit too. I want to get to the etymology. Yeah, that's the goal. Need like a co host. And my age is as nothing before you. Certainly, every man at his best is but vapor. Tap into that vapor, y'all. Hit me up next time.